Stand proud of this accomplishment, and then we also pray for her in this position. And so now let us hear the message from the Vice President of the United States of America.
Greetings to the African Methodist Episcopal Church. It is so wonderful to be with everyone for the 51st Quadrennial General Conference. And thank you to all of the leaders, to Bishop Adam Richardson Jr., Bishop Ann Henning Byfield, Bishop Wilfred Messiah, Bishop John White, and Bishop and friend Vashti Murphy McKenzie, all of you for your pastoral leadership. And thank you all for your continued prayers and for your faith in our nation. Since its inception, the AME Church has been defined by deep faith and good works. You have welcomed in those African Americans who were disenfranchised after our nation's founding. The AME Church fought for freedom during the Civil War. The church fought for freedom during Jim Crow. And the church continues that fight today as we work to protect our sacred right to vote and get souls to the polls. And friends, you all know as I do that our democracy is a call and response, and every election is an opportunity for the American people to be heard. You also know that today we are in a moment where there are those who want to silence our voices. This year, 17 state legislatures have enacted 28 new laws that make it more difficult for Americans to vote, make it more difficult for African Americans to vote, so that folks won't vote. And think about it. In 2020, you may have voted early, your cousin may have voted by mail, your coworker may have voted in person on election day. Well, these new laws, they cut into early voting and vote by mail. They punish poll workers for doing their jobs, and they make it difficult for voters who wait in line. Again, they make it more difficult for folks to vote, hoping, I believe, that folks won't vote. Still today, and however, I have hope that is fueled by my faith. I have hope that democracy will reign. And I have hope because the AME Church and so many others are leading our effort to protect our sacred right to vote. And we need everyone gathered today and everyone you know to join in this effort. In the days ahead, we will work together to pass federal legislation to strengthen the right to vote. We will work together to combat state legislation that would undermine the right to vote. And together, we will help voters get registered and get to the polls, no matter what obstacles stand in their way. And here's the truth, and you all know that, we all know that. Our vote is our power, and we cannot let anyone take that power from us. We will not let anyone take our power away. So let us continue together to fight for justice. Let us continue to fight for freedom, and let us ensure that every American can lift up their voice and be heard. And let us do the work that our faith requires, the work that is in the DNA of the AME. Thank you all so very much. Have a great conference.
We thank the Vice President for her comments, and that gives us pause to recognize our Social Action Commission, Jackie DuPont Walker, the Executive Director, who works very hard. As you heard the Vice President mention the V-Alert, the voter alert. And so thank you for all of you, my brothers and sisters, who work on a global basis so that in the African diaspora, that we exercise our rights and that we stand against those who would take our rights. And just as she said, we will not let anybody take away our power. Thank you.
And speaking of voting, I'm going to ask my classmate from the Greek class